My name is Gusta Johnson, and I am proud to work at the Carnegie Council. The Council has been the voice for ethics in international affairs for nearly a century, but we need your help. To guarantee the future of programs like this one, please give generously to the Council's fund drive. Visit carnegiecouncil.org and click on Donate/Join. Thank you.
Let's go a step bigger here, right? So from 20 cents to about $20. That's the damage on average that every ton of carbon dioxide pollution, CO2, causes right now, not in the distant future, right now, to ecosystems, economies, health, human lives. Right? It is droughts, floods, and other disruptions, essentially, that figure into this calculation. So the average American emits around 20 tons of CO2, 20 times 20, $400 of damage per American per year. Not in the future, right now. That, by the way, is a conservative estimate. By some accounts, it is $100 or above a ton, the actual damage. So now we are talking $2,000 per American per year right now. But still, let's stick to the $20 here, right? $400 per person per year. And yes, damage right now, not damage in the distant future. So who pays these 20 bucks? Right? Who actually pays that? Well, we all do. We pay as a society, right? I take this flight from JFK to Austria to see my parents. I don't pay for the 20 bucks. It's everybody paying, right? Fractions of a penny, but still, and everybody else's flight does exactly the same thing. Now, what you could do, of course, and what some people do, is voluntarily chip in a few dollars. Right? It turns out like you could go to TerraPass or a whole number of other websites and basically pay someone else to plant a tree or cover a methane pit on your behalf. Right? And it's not that those are bad things. Right? We should be planting trees. We should be covering methane pits. I'm not saying these are bad things per se. Right? It's all good. But none of these voluntary efforts motivate anyone to fly less. It's not as big a problem as the second effect here, which is airlines by themselves don't have any incentive whatsoever to fly more fuel-efficient planes, change their routes, or do anything else along these lines. Right? They may paint their tail wings green or put a tree in their annual report, but that's about it. Right? Nothing like the actual effects that could really make a difference here. Now, turns out airlines, of course, do these things, right? Oil price goes up, and as a result, the actual time between takeoff and landing, not necessarily the time on your ticket, but the actual time between takeoff and landing increases. Because flying planes more slowly saves fuel. As oil price goes up, airlines make this calculation and figure, well, it makes business sense to fly slower and save money on fuel. Now, that, of course, is self-interest, right? This is not self-sacrifice on the part of airlines. I mean, they're not making any money as it is, but this is self-interest, right? And that's okay, right? I mean, the game we have set up for them is, in fact, to do this, right? It's capitalism, essentially, right? I mean, you do things, better or cheaper or more beautifully than the next guy, and you make a buck or two as a result. So just to reemphasize this point, sort of as the vegetarian, non-driving environmentalist living on an NGO salary, it's okay to make money. Right? What's not okay is if the playing field isn't level. Every ton of CO2 causes $20 worth of damage, and the cost to you or me as the polluter is zero. Everyone else pays that cost. Right? It may even be subsidized as a polluter, but everybody else faces the cost. Right? Every ton of coal, every barrel of oil causes more damage, more environmental damage, than it adds value to GDP, to gross domestic product. That's far from a level playing field right here. When I fly across the country, right, or fly to Vienna to see my parents, same thing, right? I don't pay for my own pollution. Everybody else does. Benefits are privatized, costs are socialized. And it's happening, of course, at a massive, massive scale.